Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 2 royal decrees. The Ministry of Health stressed that its long-term plans is in line with the world medical and technological developments. And Oman Development Bank agrees to finance production and service projects worth 13.5 million Omani riyals. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos today issued 2 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 35/2016 ratifies the cooperation agreement in the field of security signed in Doha on April 26, 2016 by the government of the Sultanate of Oman and the government of the State of Qatar. Article 1 ratifies the aforementioned agreement in accordance with the version attached to this decree. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 36/2016 ratifies the agreement signed in Muscat on May 25, 2016 by the government of the Sultanate of Oman and the government of the Federal Republic of Brazil on mutual exemption of visas for holders of diplomatic, special and official service passports. Article 1 ratifies the aforementioned agreement in accordance with the version attached to this decree. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Manuel Pinto da Costa of Sao Tome and Principe on his country's independence anniversary. The Ministry of Health said that it has developed the long-term plan Health Vision to 2050, which is a transit stage for the health system to ensure that it is in line with the world medical and technological developments according to its report. The report pointed out that the healthcare system in the Sultanate consists of 3 integrated levels, namely the primary, the secondary and the tertiary level. The primary healthcare level is the effective and high quality level provided by the health centers, polyclinics and hospitals that cover all areas in the Sultanate. The secondary healthcare level is provided by the referral hospitals in the governorates as well as the hospitals in the wilayats. They provide healthcare services for specialized health problems. They provide more specialized healthcare than the primary healthcare. The tertiary healthcare level is the high-tech specialized healthcare service provided by major hospitals such as Royal Hospital, Khola, Al-Nahda and Al-Masarra hospitals. At present, the number of hospitals in the Sultanate has reached 69 and 49 of them are affiliated to the Ministry of Health. The report added that the ministry expanded the number of primary healthcare institutions at the different governorates and enhanced their development to ensure providing high-quality primary healthcare. Within the context of Oman Development Bank's efforts in enhancing investments of the private sector in productive and service activities in the country, the bank agreed to fund 1,394 loans at the value of more than 13.6 million Omani riyals during the first quarter of the current year. The industry sector acquired the lion's share of these loans with 606 loans worth around 7.6 million riyals, followed by the fisheries wealth in the second place with 390 loans worth more than 1.6 million Omani riyals. The agriculture and livestock wealth received 282 loans from Oman Development Bank at the value of more than 1.5 million riyals. Rebels launched an attack inside Aleppo, shelling Syrian government-held areas and clashing with government-allied forces in the center of the divided northwestern city. Syrian warplanes bombarded the rebel-held areas in the city and north of it, days after the government side effectively cut off a road leading to the insurgent-controlled neighborhoods and moved closer to completely encircling them. The rebels fired more than 300 shells at Western government-held neighborhoods in response to government advances towards the Castello Road. Aleppo, Syria's largest city before the war, has become one of the main battlegrounds of the civil war now in its 6th year. The Syrian army has announced two 72-hour nationwide ceasefire in recent days, the second of which is still in effect, but fighting has continued largely unabated. The United States will send 560 more troops to Iraq to help establish a newly retaken airbase as a staging hub for the long-awaited battle to recapture Mosul from the Daesh group. Defense Secretary Ash Carter said today on an unannounced visit to the country that most of the new troops will be devoted to the build-up of the Qayyara air base about 40 miles south of Mosul and include engineers, logistics personnel and other forces. They will help Iraqi security forces planning to encircle and eventually retake the key city. The increase brings the total U.S. force authorization in Iraq to 4,647 and comes just 3 months after Obama's last announcement of additional troops. In addition to Qayyara, Iraqi government troops recently have retaken Ramadi, Fallujah and a number of towns along the route to Mosul. North Korea's military said today that it will make a physical response to moves by the United States and South Korea to deploy the advanced terminal high-altitude area defense missile defense system on the Korean peninsula. The United States and South Korea said the anti-missile system will be used to counter North Korea's growing nuclear and ballistic missile capabilities. The North frequently threatens to attack the South and U.S. interests in Asia and the Pacific. The move to deploy the anti-missile system, which drew a swift and sharp protest from China, came a day after the U.S. Treasury Department blacklisted North Korean leader Kim Jong-un for human rights abuses. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe seeking to allay concern he would divert attention from fixing a fragile economy to revising a pacifist constitution after a big election win, said today changing the charter would not be easy. Abe's coalition and allies won 2/3 of the seats in the parliament's upper house in the election. That victory opens the door to revising the constitution for the first time since its adoption after Japan's defeat in World War II. But a push to ease the charter's constraints on the military operating overseas is bound to be opposed by China, where memories of Japan's past militarism arouse anger. China warned that the victory for Abe's party posed a danger to regional stability, and a foreign ministry spokesman said it raised concern. Still to come in our news bulletin. To revive the Silk Road to China, Oman Riders team organized a motorbike trip that started from Muscat and ended in the famous Canton port in China.
هنا الرائحة العالقة بالذاكرة تأخذنا دهشة مختلفة لتبهرنا بجمالها الآسر حيث ملتقى الأسرة. امنح نفسك شغف التجربة، فهنا حكاية الجمال لا تنتهي. مهرجان صلالة السياحي 2016 من 15 من يوليو إلى 31 من أغسطس. عمان، المحبة والوئام.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Al-Marat and Krab villages in the Wilaya of Rostaq are mountainous areas with beautiful nature. Citizens of the two villages request the concerned bodies to connect the two villages with the center of the Wilaya of Rostaq, as the distance is only 18 kilometers. They are currently forced to cross around 500 kilometers to reach government offices in the Wilaya, passing through the governorate of Muscat and Dhahira. Citizens are also looking forward to be provided with drinking water due to the difficult topography of the two villages, as dam water in the area is not suitable for drinking. To revive the Silk Road to China, Oman Riders team organized a motorbike trip that started from Muscat and ended in the famous Canton port in China. 7 Omani adventurers from different parts of the Sultanate took part in the trip, which was full of challenges and experiences. They crossed through the lands of the Sultanate and United Arab Emirates, with final destination at Khalid port in Sharjah. Then they boarded a ferry in a sea journey to Bandar Abbas in Iran. After that, they passed through many Iranian cities. The trip took 35 days, achieving many noble and human aims through meeting various nations and exploring different cultures. Oman Air's plan to launch its new service from Muscat to Guangzhou came in Air Cargo China exhibition held in Shanghai City. Oman Air's participation came to strengthen existing partnerships and to promote its cargo incentive program in global and regional markets. The Sultanate's pavilion in the exhibition came to meet new agents of leading cargo companies around the world. It was also considered an opportunity to search for new promising markets for Oman Air, as well as exchange expertise in the air cargo field, in addition to getting acquainted with the latest technologies in this vital sector. The Royal Oman Police celebrated today the opening of Sohar Port Police Station in the Governorate of North Batna. The opening ceremony was held under the patronage of His Excellency Saeed bin Hamdoun Al-Harthi, Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Transport and Communications for Ports and Maritime Affairs, in the presence of Major General Hamid bin Sulaiman Al-Hatmi, Assistant Inspector General of Police and Customs for Operations, a number of ROP senior officers, military and security units, sheikhs, dignitaries and officials of companies working in Sohar Port and Sohar Industrial Estate were also present. The Kharif Salala Visitor Enumeration Project, undertaken by the National Center for Statistics and Information, showed that around 69,000 tourists visited the Governorate of Dhofar between June 21st and July 10th. The survey, conducted in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism and the Royal Oman Police, showed an increase of 166% in the number of visitors. Statistics also showed that UAE was on top of GCC visitors with around 5,600, as compared to registering an increase of 221.4%. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains, with chances of intermittent drizzle and fog. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be northeasterly light to moderate over the coasts of Sea of Oman, while on the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea it will be southwesterly moderate to active. Rest of the governorates, it will be northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be rough along the coasts of the Arabian Sea with a maximum wave height of 5 meters, and slight to moderate along the coasts of Sea of Oman with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 2 royal decrees. The Ministry of Health stressed that its long-term plan is in line with the world medical and technological developments. And Oman Development Bank agrees to finance production and services projects worth 13.5 million Omani riyals. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.